Hi, I'm Michael Willems, and I'm here to tell you something about your camera. A quick tip that'll make your photography instantly better. Of course, if you take our online courses or come to the studio to do them in person, both of those are interactive, and for you, a very small number of students, if that. So they go into more depth. But today's tip will be useful all by itself. It'll improve your photography if you've ever shot pictures with motion blur. You know, we've all had them, pictures where the picture's good, the light's good, the subject's good, but it's all shaky because you've moved the camera, or the subject's moved, but it's more likely you moving the camera. So how can you avoid that? Well, there's a few ways. Number one, always use a tripod. You're not going to do that, and nor do I, because that's not the world we live in. But if you could, that would solve a lot of motion blur problems. Since we don't always have a tripod, there's another solution, and that is increase the ISO setting on your camera. ISO is the sensitivity of the camera, and sensitivity means how much light the camera needs in order to take a picture. The higher the sensitivity, the less light it needs, and the faster the shutter can therefore be. And that's the key, a fast shutter speed. So indoors, you're seldom going to be using less than 1600 ISO. Outdoors, maybe between 1 and 400 during the day, but higher again during the night. So how high? Well, there's a good rule of thumb, fortunately, and that is you need to be faster than 1 divided by the length of your lens, the focal length. What does that mean? So let's say that you have an 18 to 55 millimeter lens on your camera. So if you zoom out all the way to 18 millimeters, wide angle, then you need a shutter speed of at least an 18th of a second, let's say a 15th of a second minimum, in order to get an acceptably sharp picture. Now, that's a minimum, ideally you go faster. But now let's say you zoom in all the way to 85 millimeters. Now you're going to need at least an 85th of a second, let's say a 90th of a second, to get an equally sharp picture. So a faster shutter speed is now needed. And again, it's a minimum. In both cases, you want to be well above that if you can. So faster if you can. So there's the solution. Increase the ISO until the shutter speed is at least 1 divided by the focal length of your lens. That's today's tip. More in the future, and much, much more, again, if you take these courses online interactively. They're just like live classes, because they are live classes, or in the studio in Orleans, Ottawa. Hope to see you there. Have a great day. Bye-bye.